All right, guys, how's it going? Right, before we get into this video, three things I want to tell you very quickly. One, I'll be live on here today at 1 o'clock UK time, usually for around an hour in the afternoon. There'll be no live stream this evening, so it's the only stream I'm hosting today. Two, I haven't recorded my morning briefing yet, but I will do that when I've got, some Liverpool content out for you. And three, what was three? Oh, I'm updating Golazo España today, which is my channel, dedicated to Spanish football. If you like, my videos and whatnot, you might want to subscribe to that channel. Because I review the Spanish football dailies for you guys every day, looking for Liverpool stuff like this. It proved to be an outstanding resource of information, to be honest, in the last year with Trent Alexander-Arnold. So I keep an eye on them for you, and I learn a lot about Spanish football as a result of that. And there's many interesting things that I find interesting that I think you guys might find interesting too. So I decided to set up another channel, Golazo España. I haven't updated it for a while because I've been busy with the Liverpool stuff. But I've made some effort today. I know some of you really like the videos on there, and if you like my content, it's a bit more me, all right? So the links for those channels, where the morning briefings are, Golazo España, they're in the video description of all my videos, and you should see two graphics at the end of this video. Just click on them, it'll take you there. Right, so we're going to talk about Ibrahim Konaté today. He's made the front pages, as you can see, in Madrid today. Let me just show you inside as well. I think you can see it here as well. Konaté, a real option for now, basically. That Real Madrid consider him a real option. I'm going to go over the entire article with you because I think it's important. But if you haven't got much time, and you can't be asked, basically, Real Madrid see him as a real option. The player wants the move. And Liverpool basically going to take no shit. Liverpool are willing to sell him now. Liverpool are right now willing to cash in. But then there's what Liverpool would want for him this summer. And then there's what Real Madrid would be willing to pay and will only pay. The arrogance is there in the article. You see it when I get to it. I also spoke to a contact in Madrid overnight about this situation. And I was told emphatically that Konaté and his agent have made Perez aware that he wants the move. He wants the move to Real Madrid, right? So unless something changes, he's going to hold out for it. Never say never in football. It could be breaking news this afternoon. He's extended with Liverpool, but right now I don't think we're going to see that. So he's head somewhere else. All right. So I think we know that anyway. It was inevitable that we were going to see this kind of coverage. I think after Real Madrid crashed out of the Club World Cup. All right, so I expected this to happen, and but we're going to go over the entire article now, okay? But that's basically it. So if you haven't got much time, you can't be asked. That's the bits I've already just said, right? So anyway, let's get on with it. So Konaté, a real option for now. The article inside. It's published by, I pronounce it as AS. If you use your imagination, it does sound like something else if you pronounce it properly. It's a pro-Real Madrid publication, right? It's in Madrid, so you expect, Real Madrid propaganda, etc., a bit of shit-stirring and stuff like that. And it says as follows. And suddenly, Ibrahim Konaté, a move that's been in the oven for a while, simmering, but not quite boiling over. And I think up until recently, that's been the case. I've always thought it was like, Real Madrid, they look at players that are available on frees, right? And the year that they're available on a free. So they mark them down. There's others, that are available in 2026. And I thought that their interest, they had their interest initially, but it seemed like the player in his camp were more interested in it. Do you know what I mean? Like them, trying to get that line of communication more so than Real Madrid going all out. And that's what I think this journalist means, and it makes sense. So a move that's been in the oven for a while, simmering, but not quite boiling over, like Perez, Real Madrid, not really like going all in to try and make it happen, which they did with Trent. But now it's heating up fast, and that could be because of the club crashing out of the Club World Cup. Because at Madrid, despite already signing Huijsen, they believe the defensive overhaul isn't finished. And the name topping the list is the Liverpool centre-back. He's in pole position. In theory, this is one for 2026. to sign him on a free since his contract expires then. Following the same strategy, think Alaba, think Rudiger, think Trent. And that's what stings at Anfield. That's what complicates the deal. That's what's pushing the Reds to find a destination for Konaté, who has no intention of renewing before it's too late. The problem for Liverpool and the advantage for Madrid is that Konaté is thinking only about one thing: Real Madrid. All parties are aware of this. Same shit with, as what we had with Trent, really, So, like, I know many of you guys go, sell him now, sell him. But why would he agree to it? If he moves anywhere, he loses, a huge signing on fee, and the door is closed on Real Madrid, so you can't sell him. But you can make life difficult for him, in the season before a World Cup. There are 5 centre-backs in the squad, as Rafa Benitez would say, squad, for sure. But the position is still seen internally as one needing reinforcement. Alaba is nearing the exit and at most will see out his contract, which also ends in 2026. Rudiger, while in a stronger position, is now 32 and his knees are a concern. Militao, even though the club is pleased with his recovery, has had 2 ACL tears in 2 years, and so enters Konaté. At 26, he's in his prime with a dominant physique, a bit like me, at 1.94 metres, and above all, the key factor, his refusal to renew. So he's doing everything, that Real Madrid like to see, like they did with Trent. Sit tight, don't sign. Because if you sign, you can't join a great club like this. That's the attitude from Real Madrid. Like Trent, months ago, Konaté is delaying talks to Liverpool to extend his deal. In fact, as reported in England and confirmed by AS, this publication, he's not even considering renewing. It's not an option for him right now, and Liverpool knows it. That's why the Red Sporting Department has sprung into action, not so much to convince the player, but to find a serious offer that could bring in a transfer fee matching his valuation. Or his value, it actually says. Let's stick to the exact words. Transfer market rates him at 60 million euros. Liverpool would want no less than 50 million euros if they were to sell him this summer, right? So Liverpool, get the fuck out. We want 50 million for you, right? But those figures, Madrid won't even entertain. Not when they hold all the cards. Does it make you angry? It makes me angry reading this. And the player's full desire is to wear white. The roadmap was clear. 2026. By then, Alaba would be gone and Rudiger's future would be reassessed. But a move this summer isn't ruled out, even if the context makes it seem unlikely. Madrid currently has 5 centre-backs and they're not considering paying what Liverpool will demand. That's the reality. But the summer is long. If a buyer appears for Alaba or if a major sale happens, the landscape could shift. So we need to keep an eye on Real Madrid and other things that they are doing because it could prompt them to step up with an offer for Konaté. And, Liverpool, we want 50 million, right? When the money's put on the table and it's like, well, there's 30 million, take it or leave it, Liverpool have a decision to make. What would you do? Yeah? So this is going to drag out. If I can't go through this shit again, guys, another season. Fucking, honestly, I can't. Still, even if a move this summer makes more sense, Madrid wouldn't go beyond 20 to 25 million euros for a player whose contract clock is ticking. Time is on Madrid's and Konaté's side. Okay, one moment, please, because I just want to check something for you. I just need to speak to Dave. Dave, are you there, mate?
Aquí estoy, Dan. ¿Qué tal va todo? ¿Hay algo en lo que te pueda ayudar hoy? Estoy listo para lo que necesites.
Dave, solo en inglés, por favor.
Got it. I'll stick to English. Let me know if there's anything specific on your mind or if you just want to chat about something fun.
Right, listen. 20 million euros, how much is that in sterling? And how much is 25 million euros in sterling also?
Of today, 20 million euros is about 17.27 million, and 25 million euros is roughly 21.59 million.
Okay, mate, cheers. I've got to go. Speak to you later.
No worries, Dunk. Take care, and I'll catch you later. Have a good one.
So, that's how much, basically, Real Madrid would be willing to pay this summer. So, they're willing to do business this summer. Liverpool have to make a decision, right? Do we let this fucker go for free next year? Yeah? Or do we sell him now? If you think about it, really, do you want to take such a low amount of money, or would you rather keep him? What's this? Sorry, I've got messages flashing up on my screen. You know, you got to work out what that. You know, are you better off keeping, you know, a quality, as Rafa would say, for sure, quality player in your squad, or get rid of the motherfucker? Do you know what? I'm at the point now where I'm like, you know, we need as many players, you know, on deck as possible, as many hands on deck. But I'm at the point now where I'm like, do you know what? Your heart's not in the right place, so fuck off. I'm like that. I'm getting like that. My patience is getting like that, especially with Real Madrid. Getting right on that sits there. Anyway, I think I've covered everything I wanted to say in that. I've put the article in full and everything on the VIP members website. There's a live thread on there as usual. So it's on there if you're a VIP member. I think that's it, guys, to be honest with you. I don't think there's anything else. No, I'll leave it. So remember, so the reason for this video is to tell you, well, first of all, they've gone all in on him on the front pages, which I think is the first time I've seen that regarding Konaté. And you know, there's declarations, there's statements of fact in there. They want him, he wants them. Liverpool, you know, is in the article, you know, Liverpool willing to do business now, which we haven't heard that before, right? Obviously, it's coming from them, and it's not coming from our side, from the likes of Joyce or something like that. But I reckon they're right, you know, because the agent will be conveying this to Madrid, yeah? I'm sure I mentioned this at the start of the video. If I didn't, I spoke to a contact of mine in Madrid, a new contact. It's the only one I've got in Madrid. I'm not going to make out on all these different people. He is adamant that Konaté and his camp have said, yeah, we want it. Exactly what we heard last year, I think it was, regarding Trent, from the same person I spoke to as well. All right. I'm trying to get a foot in the door with the media in Barcelona as well, by the way, but I haven't managed to achieve that yet, all right? So I'd like to tell you what's going on. Okay, I'm going to leave it with you. Let me know what you feel about this. You know, I think the question here is, well, first of all, obviously, you've got, I think there's new things in this video that you haven't heard yet previously. But I want to know from you, it does leave us questions, you know? What would you do? You cannot say, sell him now and make him go anywhere else, right? Because he's not going to, yeah? So, yeah, well, stick him in the reserves or stick him on the bench and all that. Realistically, Liverpool have to think about the Wonga, right? But they've also got to think about, you know, the numbers in the squad, yeah? So do we keep him and just say, right, fuck him, he's off on a free next year? Or do you say, do you know what? We don't want any more of this fucking shit. We'll take 25 million euros, remember, not pounds, and get rid. Then, of course, the player is probably going to take the move, right? Because if he doesn't, that would in effect be turning Real Madrid down. Because if Real Madrid say, we'll offer you 25 million euros, Liverpool say, okay, we'll take it, he would then be snubbing Real Madrid if he sat tight. And they would know then it was like, oh, so you're going to sit tight because you're going to squeeze us for a signing on fee next year? Nah. So he hasn't got any choice, really. So if Liverpool are willing to accept an offer from them, he leaves, right? But according to these reports, they're miles apart on evaluation. What would you do? Let me know, guys, all right? I'll shoot off. I've got more content. I've got loads coming up today. Rodrigo, we've got to speak about him as well. Obviously, Diaz as well. And maybe a few other bits and pieces. All right. Oh, I think there's an exclusive as well for you. All right. If you found this video remotely interesting, informative, please thumbs up the video. If you have an opinion, I would love you to express it. Please do in the comment section. If you want to get me a coffee, you know, support my channel basically, which enables me to pay for all these subscriptions and stuff, There is a love art under the video. If you don't see it, if it doesn't work, there are links in the video description that you can use, and you can also join the channel as well. If you see anyone with a football next to their name in the comment section, they're my squad. All right, they're the people that support me and this channel, and without them, I wouldn't be able to do this for you. All right, guys. So hopefully speak to you in a bit. There's one more thing I want to mention to you on this channel. If you click on my username or look around, there's a tab called Community. There's now a section where you can create posts. You can post like a forum. And I really want to make this work. So what that means is, I start the conversation, don't I, with a video, and you respond in the comments. What you can do now is you can start the conversation by going to the community tab, looking for the bit where it says create post, and you can now start asking questions. You can post Liverpool news you're finding. You can ask me questions, whatever. So normally your opinions and comments are limited to the video that you've watched. Now there's this new feature on YouTube where we can have a community, and I'm going to really big that up and build it up. And I'm going to be posting news on there and everything. So I want you to get used to it, right? Look it up on this channel because it's going to be a massive part of CopTalk.tv. All right. What's the other thing? Something to do with the channel. Oh, I can't remember. Oh, what was it? See what I mean? My memory's fucking dreadful. Oh, I can't remember. There was something else on channel as well. Anyway, keep an eye out for it, right? All right, I'll see you in a bit. All right, guys, take it easy, man. All right.